Hello, YouTube. Cal Dallas Gamer here with Warhammer Total War 3. And this is a very fun strategy game. I love it. And I've been knowing about Warhammer 40k. Well, you guys should already know that. It's no secret. I love Warhammer, but I also love Warhammer Fantasy. Been knowing about the fantasy version for a while, ever since I got into Warhammer 40k. Both Warhammer 40k and Fantasy, they're equally awesome. The problem with Warhammer Fantasy is that it got a little discontinued because of the end time, and then it got renewed with the whole Age of Sigmar thing, which upset a lot of fans. And me, I'm also kind of upset because the old Warhammer had so much potential, so much, but they decided to conclude it, and me, I kind of got upset. And currently, they're kind of doing the same thing with Warhammer 40k with the whole Return of the Primarchs. But me personally, I kind of wish they kind of stretch it of the lore. Like, don't end it. Like, literally, do not end it. Like, just stretch the story of individual characters, non-Primarch characters, in order to, give the fan a little. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm a little bit tired here, but I'm just trying to say that I kind of wish they stretched the story in order to give the fans a little more appreciation towards their favorite character. Like for me, for example, I like the character, the Tau Commander Farsight. He's a non-Primarch, godlike alien, and I really love his story. And me, I kind of wish there's more lore to his story of what he did and awesome stories towards Guevesa and other factions, etc., etc. But anyway, I want to discuss something a little fun brainstorm. And yes, it does relates to the video that I'm showcasing here in the background of my favorite quote unquote evil faction. So, when it comes to playing a evil faction, what do I looking for? Me personally, I like to looking for something that I could relate to. Very similar to my past video of the XM66F in Water Tanks. When it comes to weird things and unique things, I do like those type of things. So I'm trying to like look for factions or character design that is very relatable. But at the same time, I also like some generic stuff. So, for example, when it comes to evil faction, I do like the generic evil side of things. So here in this gameplay, I'm playing the faction called the Slaughterhouse of the Beastmen, and the ringleader, the legendary lord Torox. He is a very powerful evil beastman that was blessed by the Dark Gods. Despite that, he was blessed by the Dark Gods. The lore itself kind of gives a hint that he was blessed by corn because if you think about it, Thorax, he's a giant berserker beastman with dual axe, and his body is made out of brass, like he is literally a living metal. And his only weak spot is his neck, which is why his neck is glowing because that's his flesh. And he is like constantly angry, so all this characteristics of him kind of cater towards Korn, and Korn kind of bless him for that. So when it comes to evil faction, yeah, I do look for relatively, but I also look for the generic evil stuff that I kind of like in villains. And Torox, he's a straightforward villain. There's nothing complicated about him, and he's just an angry man cow. And you could say he has mad cow disease. And there's a lot of reference of Thorax of his character design. During ancient times, people got roasted alive inside of a bronze bowl, and when they got roasted alive inside a bronze bowl, they made this weird horse-like, or should I say cow-like, sound effect that the individual is screaming inside of the bronze bowl, and as they were screaming, and made the statue itself like sound like a living bull, which is horrifying. And me, I love this reference. I love it. So the reason why I'm playing as, the slaughterhouse with Torax as the legendary leader is because I like the generic stuff. I love the reference. I love historical reference. Um, Despite his personality is lackluster, I love his generic evilness. Now, in my other video, especially War Tanks, when I was playing XM66F, I did mention that I like Slanesh. Reason why I like Slanesh is because me personally, I'm kind of like a perfectionist. So I take perfection a little seriously, and I do like the idea of hedonism, cessationism, and I love the fact that Slanesh was created because people keep getting addicted to certain stuff, and addiction is what created Slanesh, especially in Warhammer 40k, the Fall of the Eldar Empire, and that was a reference towards the fall of the Roman Empire when the elites were getting very hedonistic. So me, I love that reference. I love it a lot. And see, that's type of stuff is what I look for when it comes to evil faction. So yeah, guys, and more importantly, when it comes to evil faction, I also love the fun of it. So Torax, seeing him going in and slaughtering a bunch of people, being an unstoppable mad cow force, all because his body is made out of browns. To me, that's awesome. Like that's an awesome character unit, especially that you're not playing as him, but using him in a strategy game. So yeah, I love it. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here, but please tell me what's your favorite evil faction and leave a comment down in the comment section below. All the jazz. Dallas Gamer, over and out. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. Another evil faction I like to play is the Chaos Dwarves. I love the reference that they're essentially. I hope my channel does not get banned for me to say this, but they're definitely a reference towards a certain group from the Middle East that were persecuted during World War II. But because it's quote unquote Babylonian steampunk evil faction, they get a free pass. But there's definitely a reference towards a type of ethnicity that they're from, especially if you read your world history in real life about a certain group that got persecuted during World War II. That's what the Chaos Stores are referencing. I know that sounds a little racial, but you guys will notice the reference if you pay attention very closely to what the Chaos Stores really are. And of course, the regular Chaos Stores, they're a nod to Scottish, Irish culture. I could be wrong right there, but they're definitely a reference there. But the Chaos Stores, they're also a reference towards a certain ethnicity group that's also a little religious, an ethno-religious group. But of course, they're an evil faction, so yeah, I kind of like that, and I also like what they're referring to. And in game, Chaos Orb is just outright fun, especially with the whole artillery and steampunk design, Babylonian steampunk design. And I love the fact that they're kind of overpowered, but they're also a secret group, a secret faction that they are far away from the other factions. And whenever the Chaos mess with them, they regret it later because they become slaves with the Chaos Doors. And the Chaos Doors, they know how to slave demons, which is why demons they avoid Chaos Doors at all costs. So I kind of find that funny, and there's a bunch of memes about that. But yeah, guys, please tell me what's your favorite evil faction, and tell me why and what's the reference behind it. So, like I said, me, I like the Mad Cow because I love his story. I love his historical reference. I love Slanesh because of his perfectionism. I love the historical reference towards the fall of the Roman Empire. And of course, I love Chaos Doors because Chaos Doors, they're a reference towards a certain ethnicity group. And of course, the historical background with Babylonian. Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Oh, and one more thing. Chaos Dwarfs, they're also a reference to the Bible when people were making human sacrifices, which that's another topic for another day, but I won't get into too much of that. But like I said, They do have a reference, so if you pay attention, you will notice it. And thank you for watching and listening. Cadalis Gamer, over and out.